Please follow at 190. And most importantly, there's an advocacy ongoing for peace. So when you go home today and you reflect, please take out time to head over to the vendor stand. If you like a jersey, a Nigerian jersey is available. We also have our t-shirts. The One Nigeria t-shirt is also available. Yes. As we all know, the importance of the two security forces are doing elections. Therefore, we would like to appreciate the management for taking our time to be here. Thank you all so much. From the Nigeria Police Force and also the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps. They're lining up to kick off for their match. The football match is going on. Please, the main focus of this initiative is a one Nigeria, a greater Nigeria. Visit the vendors. Purchase a t-shirt, a One Nigeria t-shirt buy. And honestly, she's been extremely dedicated towards what we're doing with the grassroots community. If you're wondering all about the Talk Initiative, please log into Instagram at the Talk Initiative. It's there, their information. And they focus on the non-government inclusion of every Nigerian. That's why we have here our sportsmen, our creatives, our dancers, our vendors, our skills acquisitions, and so much more. Of course,
and it looks sharp in the scene for ladies and gentlemen, our girls. They say you don't get during our time, so which dance you go like me? I'm not teaching anyone. I'm not teaching anyone. Don't mind as the football has started, ladies and gentlemen. We're going.
Good match. It's all about peace and unity, like they call it One Love competition. It's a sort of novelty match. It's a good match. On record, the police team played in the NLO Division 1, and they are found to a bigger team. But we were just coming up. But someday, sometime we meet up with them.
Yeah, it's a great one. We are happy we won. And being involved in this kind of game, we give God the glory. We were surprised. We thought it was something that was not going to work, because even before we came, it took us time to come. But we thank God we were able to come and we made it.
Well, as the name implies, One Nigerian Cup. And you see they're having a match, and I don't know, but I've seen other people, the other girls, upcoming girls, they've played, and other people have played too. And then this is just to show you that there's no big man in the game. Everybody is coming together to be one, and I think this is what Nigeria needs at a time like this. Well,
One Nigerian Cup there. What can actually bring Nigerians together among them? Sports. Sport has always been the unifying factor. When it comes to Nigeria, no religion, no tribalism there. Welcome you on the show, 360 Sport. on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. We actually have to give you that to have a feel of what's happening concerning that particular cup. One Nigerian cup across the 6 geopolitical zones across Nigeria, it will be happening. Now, we start from the story of yesterday where Gume re-elected as for 5th term as president of Nigeria Olympic Committee. That's the first story there. He has been re-elected right now. This is the 5th term. And right, let's see what he'll be offering as the president of Nigeria Olympic Committee. Engineer Abu Gumel there winning that particular election by 21 against 90 against Engineer Sanim Danusa. It was a fierce one, but it actually won by 2 votes ahead of Sanim Danusa there. And right now, let's look at the list of the newly elected members of the Executive Committee of Nigeria Olympic Committee for the next 4 years. We have Abu Gumel, who's now the president, although incumbent. He got the election again. Solomon Ogba, first vice president. Tikon Ishaku, second vice president. You have Olumide Oyedeji, yes, a former basketballer who is now the 3rd vice president. Tunde Popola, secretary general. You have Abdullahi, also as the assistant secretary general there. Musa Kida is now the treasurer of the NOC. And you have Tony Neziaya as the public relations officer, who actually defeated Femi Adetola in that particular election that took place in Taraba State, precisely in Jalingo. Right now, to let you have a feel of the new executive committee of the Nigerian Olympic Committee. Well, right now, they will be the one taking the tank of Nigerian Olympic Committee there. Well, having the studio, Olawale Peter is here. Let's talk some sports.
Good morning, it's my pleasure being here again.
Yes, you just saw there. Even before that, you saw one Nigerian cup, at least Nigerians coming together, Nigerian police machine, civil defense playing together. And we also saw the ladies playing together in that particular game, just to bring Nigerians together, so at least have one unifying factor, which is sport. And then we talked about Abu Gume becoming, at least getting re-elected again for the 5th term.
Okay, it's a good thing to see the one Nigerian cup and bringing everybody together. And also the Nigerian police machine, they once again display their superiority over the
civil defense.
And I think it's a good one, but I think the organizer should just try and look into having a more younger player to participate.
And this is just a novelty match.
I know it's a novelty match, but nevertheless, they should still look at younger players. I saw one of the players saying that, okay, this is the first time it's a novelty match. As time goes on at what age? The man I saw there is probably in his mid 40 or 50. The reason why we have to look into this is these are the avenue for the Nigerian Football Federation to tap in and get a player that can represent the country in all stages of competition. It's a novelty match, even from secondary school. What we do in secondary school, some are novelty matches, some are friendly matches also. From the novelty or the friendly matches, you can pick those that you really see that they have what it takes to do it. So it's a very good one, but you just try and look into it. And for the young ladies also, I saw them playing, I can't call that tiki-taka, but they're just playing anywhere Belefi's football. But the fact is that they have a passion to do it. So I think it's a very good one. And another surprising thing is when I saw the
NOC press.
when I saw the goal,
okay.
I was like, is it a goal? Because there's no net to even show that, okay, it's truly a goal.
You can just call it a grassroots football competition.
So which is a very good development. Then concerning the NOC president, sincerely, I don't know why in this country we like to re-elect a failure. So what do I mean by that? Apart from the Olympic, that was in 1996, Atlanta 96. After that competition, that we won a lot of medals, including the football and whatever. What have we done in terms of going to Olympic? A lot of people don't even know that Olympic exists again. So if we want to elect someone, we should look at the past achievements, the credentials. What have they done? I saw Musa Kida there also, from the Nigerian Basketball Federation.
Each of the federations actually got a representative in the election.
I know. The president came from the volleyball, which he contested with the Tennis Federation 20. So we have them, but what I'm saying is we should not be repeating failure. Someone has been there for 4 consecutive times. What have we achieved as a country, as a nation? So it should even be part of the screening process that before we allow you to even contest, show us your scorecard. The last Olympic, what did you do? How much did you spend? How many medals did we have? This one also, there should have been a, what do I call it, a mandate from the Ministry of Sport, Youth and Sport, that whoever is going to be the executive, these are your targets. The next Olympic, I'm expecting nothing less than 4 medals, 2 silver, and what have you. So after the 4 years, if you do not achieve that, that should even be the first parameter they should use to screen you out. If you don't do that, how can someone be there? This is the 5th term, right?
Yes.
So that means they have spent 16 years, because it's 4 years per term.
Of course.
So he has spent 16 years. So he's going to spend another additional 4 years, making 20 years. If nothing is there, if it is for self-service, do you think he will be there? Do you think the fight will be there? So I think we seriously need to look into this. And how do we get it right? When you're talking about the Olympic, we started from the National Sport Festival, the one that they just concluded now. You're supposed to have seen 1, 2, 3, 4 people, talent that will be able to represent the country. The one they had before this one also, how many have we done? Do we even have a game village now that all these talents, once we already identify them, we'll take them there to go and be nurturing them? So do we have that?
It's all order.
Sorry?
It's all order.
But is it not doable? And that is what other countries are doing. Other countries have started preparing for the Olympic after the last Olympic. But ours, we're not going to do that. It is only when we have about 6 months or 8 months, we'll not be running fire brigade approach. They will even go to the competition. Maybe they'll forget their jacket, their jersey,
oh my goodness, the kids.
We seriously need to have this process. We need to have this process in place. Nothing stops us from having a game village. What does the game village does? We know what the game village does. We have all the infrastructure, we have all the facilities. So all these talents, once you have them, you pick them. You take them there. I remember vividly when we are in the secondary school, anytime we want to play Principal's Cup, we normally identify some players from other schools that they will bring them to your school, they pay for their WAHEC. If it's a boarding house, they put them in the boarding house, and they camp all of them just for the purpose of that. That's why you have the like of Femi Opabumi. He wrote WAHEC more than 7 or 8 times in Ibadan, because he was going from one secondary school to another secondary school to play football, and it paid off at the end of the day. So we have Muiwa also. We have a lot of them all over the countries. Until we go back to that route, until we go back to that, sincerely, I think they will just be spending the taxpayers' money for nothing. I'm not impressed about this. I'm not impressed about this. I would have loved it if Indonesia have won. It's a very tight race.
So that we have
a new set, a new innovation. Not someone that have done it for 16 good years and nothing to show for it, and we are electing him again.
Maybe something new will happen now.
What will happen? What did you do for 16 years? You want to start doing
At least we have Olumide Oyedeji there, a former basketball player. Let's see, maybe you can come in and let's see what he'll be offering as a 3rd vice president.
And what's his position? 3rd vice president. So is it going to be there when you're taking decisions?
It's restricted. The power is seriously restricted.
You only look at the president and the secretary. So these are the two that are very, very powerful when it comes to taking decision or doing whatever we need to do. 3rd vice president is what you call let my people go. Yeah. Just come and join us also.
Just be part of it. But really, well, that's the executive committee that will run the affairs of Nigeria Olympic Committee for the next 4 years. They will be there till at least the next Olympic will be in France. And let's see what they'll be offering right now. Hopefully, we can get it right. We really need to focus on sport development in Nigeria. We have what it takes to actually win in any talent or any sport we mention. We have what it takes as talent. But how to nurture them, how to get them prepared is just what it is, and also the welfare of these athletes. If an athlete is injured, what do we do? Are we going to forget about them, or we take care of them and believe that yes, they can rise again? And also, what do we do after we discover talent? Well, a lot of questions to be answered by administrators. They should always remember, without the athletes, there will never be anything like president or secretary of any board, or that has to do with any sport in Nigeria. So remember, the athletes are the ones actually doing the work. Always put them first in whatever you do as an administrator. Food for thought there. Now let's talk about hockey. Egypt beat Nigeria to win inaugural hockey five World Cup qualifiers that took place in Egypt, although actually they hosted and won. But Nigeria came second, and the good thing is that despite the fact that we lost that game against Egypt, we qualified for the world competition. This is the first time, and right now Nigeria, Egypt actually qualify for this, and it's coming up in Oman, precisely in Muscat. And the good thing is that Our players, yes, they came second. They lost twice to Egypt. They defeated South Africa, Kenya, and even Mozambique. But right now, they've been able to qualify for the world event that will be coming up in Oman.
Okay, sincerely, I think it's a success for us. What do I mean? Nigeria were not known for the game of hockey. And defeating Kenya and South Africa, it shows, like you rightly said earlier, that when it comes to sport development, we have to do a lot because we have more than enough talent in this country, just for us to identify and nurture and train them.
Imagine Nigeria coming second in hockey against the likes of Kenya, South Africa.
Kenya and South Africa. And Egypt, you know, they are very good when it comes to that also. So sincerely, I think it's a very good one for the team, for what they've achieved. They are going to represent the country for the first time also. So I think it is high time that we try and dilute the concentration that we give to football. Football is a beautiful bride, no doubt about that. But we should try and decentralize the attention and try and give attention to other sport activities also. Like the hockey also, you try as much as possible to support them and see what they can do. If the football is not giving us the happiness that we want, if others are giving us basketball, hockey, badminton, I think we should go for them. Maybe then the footballers also, they will not do what? They will sit up and sit tight that, oh, we are having other sporting activities that are competing with us. It's like they're enjoying Monopoly. Most of these hockey players now, if you see them on the road, you walk by them, you don't even know who they are.
Yes.
Unlike our footballers, once you see them, you even be begging them, let's have a survey with you, let's do this with you. I think
like somebody actually said that football is the federal government. Football is the federal government. Then maybe basketball and handball, they're about athletics, they are the state government. Then when you think of this like of hockey, cricket, these are sports that are really, but believe you me, if we watch Nigeria cricket team, both male and female, what they are doing right now, when we went out to cover the under-19 cricket, these are Nigerians playing this sport. So if, just like you said, if you can decentralize sports sector by not giving so much 100% to football, spread it. Okay, football, beautiful bride, you get 30. Then the remaining ones, let's 70. Spread the 70 for them. Look at those athletes, like I always say, not everyone will play soccer or football. Not everybody, no matter how, we've seen athletes who started like as a footballer, who later ended up being an athlete. Like Chioma Ajunwa, started like a footballer, but she made it from athletics, winning gold medal. If that lady had continued with football, that gold medal in Atlanta 96 wouldn't have come to her. Look at that. And we've seen Toby Lobamushon say, okay, she also did some football there, but before the teacher said, no, you'll be better off, or rather, athletics, you're better off in hurdles, face hurdles. Odban Adekure was in another sport before she was told, go to wrestling, and look at what she's doing. So, not everybody will play football. It's actually high time that we give priority to other sports in Nigeria. Not everyone that will play soccer, as we always say. So we should allow other sports to also thrive. Why do we have all these facilities? If it's only football you want to face, that won't be nice, because the whole Nigerian will be playing football. There are some people, all they want to see is just wrestling, handball. Forget about football. That's for them. Why others prefer football? Yes, you can't take that away. So we always give attention to other sports. Well, Nigerian team there in hockey, right now they've qualified for the World Cup. Talking about the fives, for that's the inaugural qualifications there, and they were able to, they came second, and the only two nations from Africa that will be going, we have Egypt and we have Nigeria. Imagine if these guys are playing football. Maybe nobody will even give them recognition, but right now, for the fact that they focus on hockey, they will be going to Oman to represent Nigeria. Away from that, let's quickly talk about the NBA result. If you love basketball, let's go NBA now. Giving you some result in the NBA as it went down just today. Miami Heat, 111 against Houston Rockets there, where a certain player called Hero was able to score 41 points. Good one. The Milwaukee Bucks, they lost against Memphis Grizzlies, 142 against Milwaukee Bucks there. Well, Antetokounmpo, he fought hard, but it was not good enough. They lost that game against Memphis Grizzlies. You have Utah Jazz, 132 against New Orleans Pelicans. Yes, the Pelicans fought hard, but they lost that game against Utah Jazz. LA Clippers, they nearly tried to fight hard, but the wings were clipped by Phoenix Suns, who actually scored 111 also in that game to win. Well, giving you update concerning the NBA. It's always good to see these basketballers. A lot of people love basketball, and we just have to always talk about it to give you a result. And also, well, hopefully our own basketball league will start. We've been waiting to see this happening, but it seems it's going to take a long time. But we are waiting to see how we can be talking about our own basketball, and not only in NBA. We have a lot of basketballers in Nigeria who can actually do well and move to the NBA also. Now let's leave NBA and talk about Women Champions League results. Some games were played yesterday. Let's look at those results of the Women Champions League, where Juventus Femini, they did 1-2-3 against Greek women. It was a 5-0 for Meli of the team from Switzerland. Lyon Femini, yes, champions of Europe. If you look at it, they peeped Arsenal by a long goal. And you have Rosengard losing against Bayern Munich ladies by 4-0. Barcelona Femenino, yes, current champion, 6-2 against Benfica women. Well, what's the way to go there? 6-2. They nearly Benfica has 4 letters and they score 6. What's the way to go?
Anyway, no surprises here. Nobody's expecting the Benfica women to beat the Barcelona women, because when it comes to they are currently the champion and they are good at what they do very well. Then for the Arsenal also, probably people will be thinking about the Arsenal as in their male team against the Zurich, but this is a female football totally, which is different from the male football. So I didn't see any surprise in this result. It went as predicted even before the match, but the good margin is something that's a bit scary, that, oh, how can you concede 5 goals, 6 goals away from home and stuff like that. So I think the result is not surprising at all.
The result is not surprising at all. Talking about the Women Champions League there, for Lyon, for Bayern, for Barcelona Femenino, they did well, winning those games in large amount of goals there. Let's leave women football quickly. Let's give you 2 stories before we wrap it up. Benzema could play for France against Argentina on Sunday. Yes, even though he has been off from that particular squad, but his name is still on the list. And from the way it is, it's possible that he could be playing, although Real Madrid actually giving the nod for him to join them in Qatar.
Okay, I think it's a good one. A good one in the sense that having the likes of Benzema in your team is a moral booster alone on its own. And it's a threat to the opponents, that we are talking about the current world footballer of the year, playing or not playing. But I know the coach is a professional. He knows what he wants. The question is, the current France team, did they miss Benzema? Are they lacking goals? My answer is...
My fear for France is that, why bring in Benzema now? Because they've been doing well.
No, the reason why you bring him, it's maybe for 2 reasons. Number one, they've not removed his name from the 26-man list submitted to FIFA. So as far as it's concerned,
it's still there.
So if he goes, he may not play.
Just be there, inspiration.
Just be there,
okay.
Just to inspire them. That's number one. Then number 2, he can come in maybe in the second half when things are not going their way.
To cause distraction.
Because having Benzema will cause a distraction for anybody. Take it or leave it. If you have the likes of Griezmann, you have the likes of Mbappe, you have the likes of Giroud, and you have the likes of Benzema. 4 of them playing against a team. Take it or leave it. You don't know who to mark down. You don't know who to mark down. That's the truth. So it may be a gimmick coming to inspire us, but if needs be that we want you to come in, you come in and you make this up. So I think it's a very good one, but it should not upset the current team by making him to be among the first 11 to start the match. That's going to be a mistake. Second half, watch the match, whatever it is, even if it is for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, let him come in to be, to be part of the team. At least whatever happens, he's going to get a medal, either a gold or
silver. Well, before we go, maybe I should just use this opportunity to, maybe I should just leave that story and wrap it up with you, that from the way it is, Argentina, France on Sunday, who are you going with?
I'm supporting our Africa in diaspora.
Seriously, France? Okay, Morocco, Croatia.
Come on, it's Morocco.
It's Morocco.
So this Qatar is for Africa.
It's for Africa.
France,
either in diaspora or in Morocco.
In Morocco. we are getting it, because the French team, they have over almost 60% of their players that they have African origin. So they are the Africa in diaspora, and the Morocco, they are
the Africa in Africa.
They are Africa geographically. So in Africa. So we have it.
Good one there. Hopefully, let's see what will happen on Sunday and Saturday. Morocco, Croatia, France, Argentina. That will be a big one there, ending the World Cup there. Well, good one to have you on the show.
It's my pleasure being here, Adeni.
I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.